goodness, and Tim Omlu goes over a tenth of a second faster.
Good evening everyone, you're joined here by Kilgore Trout and you're watching the Master Split edition of the Formula Trout League Premier Series. It's currently round 5 at the Griffin Gaming hosted Hungary Ring, and we're currently just watching the in-lap of Ermis Riss, who's just done an out-lap. We're just a bit behind during the first session of qualifying here. If you're new to the series, we have two qualifying sessions. First one to determine the top 10, and then the top 10 have a shootout in the second qualifying split. And then we've got the race, which is 175 kilometers around the Hungary Ring. But yeah, it looks like Ermis Riss has actually stayed out. He's got enough fuel on board to do another lap, so we'll stick with him. So it's just me alone tonight, so apologies if you do nod off at points. I might even nod off at points, you know, but that's just me. Oh, and I have extended a bit too much there. I'll stick with it though. He's 5/10 up currently as he heads into the second sector of this track. And he's got no traffic ahead of him, nice clear track. So yeah, I mean everyone's pretty much done their first stint. He's out of sync with everyone, but interestingly, as he gets a lot of oversteer there out of what was that, turn 12. Interestingly, as I was about to say, he's the only one who's opted for the C5 compound tyre, so it's the fastest tyre but tends to wear also the fastest. And I know a lot of drivers, well, they'll tell you that it probably overheats by the time it gets to the end of the lap. But yeah, bear with me a second. On board with Alex Cochran representing Griffin Gaming. He's had an alright start to the season, but Griffin Gaming haven't, admittedly. You know, Alex has had to kind of carry the team, but you know, this is just the how things are at the moment. Some teams have to suffer while others you know, soak up the entire driver market. Getting a bit loose there as he straddles the sausage curb of the chicane. I'll catch a lot of drivers out. Manages to recuperate though, still 2/10 up. Might have extended a bit too much there. That's definitely going to catch out a lot of drivers here tonight. Turn 11, just drivers carrying too much speed into it, hoping to be able to get away with the track limits, but not Alex Cochran, unfortunately. Let's see. Jody Lewis is also into the pits. A lot of drivers coming to the pits, I believe. Let's see. Olsen's probably just finishing his lap here. Yeah, goes 5th fastest. Valley's up on his time, I believe, yet. Valley, he gets better with every season. You know, it's good to see. You're 6th fastest there. Case gets himself into the top 10, which I'm sure he'll be happy about. Not much of a turnout here tonight, so I mean, admittedly the 2 qualifying sessions might be a bit trivial, but you know, all to play for still, I guess. A lot of people on their outlaps, I believe. Let's go on board with Jody Lewis. There's a lot of potential. Brilliant on a 1-lap basis, Jody Lewis. He's your man if you want to see what the potential of a car is. But hasn't got the best of luck when it comes to races. He's had a good run this season, mind. Ali Gochman goes off, I believe. He's got a bit of damage to his front wing. Oh, that's just a bit of traffic staying out of the way. Big Lewis, 5/10 up on his time. Oh, 8/10. Well, probably might even jump Alex Cochran at this rate. Oh, he does as well, and the rest. That puts Jody 5th fastest with a 1:16.2. On board now with Stevenson, the current session leader. And he's still fine in time. Obviously the track's still improving. The more laps these guys set, the more grip the track gets, and therefore the lap times will come down. Loses a bit of time there. And if he'll just pull in now. Yeah, no. Still plenty of time for another stint, mind. And there's no limit to how many stints you can do. No tyre compound limit. Unfortunately, just because of the limitations of the simulator more than anything. No real improvements on that last run. Let's have a look. Who's still on the lap? Moran, I think he's coming on an in lap. Yeah, majority of these drivers have just completed their lap. Like Gochman, he's in an out lap. So Ali Gochman's currently out of sync with the drivers. I think he had a bit of an issue on the last stint. So we'll roll with him for now. See, he's improving, but oh no! Commentator's curse right there as he tries to carry that speed through. Was it turn 5? Turn 2 and 3. Sorry, turn 5. This guy. On board with Nico Bossa, currently second. He's representing Hungary GP. Bit of a quiet one. This guy, definitely one to look out for. Has the pace, just hasn't quite come his way yet. I'm sure that race win will. But as it currently stands, he's 4th in the championship. His best so far is 3rd, which was in the last race, Mugello. Needs to find at least 5/10 to get ahead of Stevenson, who's just got an edge at the moment. At this point in the championship, Stevenson currently leading with 44 points over his next competitor. Nico doesn't really improve, goes a bit faster. So Giovanni getting a bit loose there through turn 4, sorry. As far as I'm aware, these corners don't have any names, just numbers. Feel free to correct me. And that's the end of the first qualifying session. We'll stay on board with Giovanni. Currently 5th fastest. Seems pretty safe so far. Was 2nd fastest without. Very impressive. No. I think that's pretty much it as far as I'm aware. Case, let's see, is he in a lap? Yeah, but he's down on this time. Halligan can't improve. Alex Cochran, he's up on his time. He might just confirm the slot. Oh no, he's someone left. We lost the driver. And that's pretty much qualifying. So Stevenson tops the times with a 1:14.9. Giovanni second with a 1:15.3. Nico Bossa with a 1:15.3. Ermis Riss with a 1:15.4. Jordi Lois in 5th with a 1:15.6. Damon De Grasse in 6th. 1:15.8. Gustavo Della Valle in 7th with a 1:16 flat. Dave Southwood in 8th with a 1:16.1. Felipe Olsen in 9th with a 1:16.3, and Alex Cochran finishing off the top 10 with a 1:16.5. So let's have a look. Case Wilhelms apparently doesn't get through. His time was a 1:17.1. David Halligan doesn't get through either with a 1:17.2, and Ali Gochman with a 1:17.8. So yeah, that is qualifying 1 over and done, guys. Bear with us a second whilst we get the next session underway. And that's qualifying 2. Well, it's commenced, and yeah, pretty much the guys are now heading out on track. Obviously, let's get on board with them, shall we? And I think it's Riss who is leading the pack as we pass the Pizza Poggers sponsorship. Totally legit pizza company, pizzeria even. Not money laundering whatsoever. I don't know what you're on about. So Riss currently 9th in the championship. Finished 2nd last race. Also got pole position. That was unfortunate. He opted for the alternate strategy, and it didn't quite pay off for him. The drivers weaving in the background, trying to warm up their tyres. Not really forming much of a gap. I'm sure they'll be backing off right now as they're all about to embark on their flying lap. Let's roll on board with Ermus. Didn't quite hit the apex, but I'm sure there's plenty of lines you can take through that sector. It's all about trying to carry as much speed into each corner without going off. That's the that's pretty much Hungary in a nutshell. They say it's the Monaco without walls. So far so good. Nice and clean at least, which is what you want on your banker lap. You want to just make sure that you've got a lap under your belt. Nothing worse being on the back foot going into the second stint. A bit loose there in the last sector, but should be enough. Crosses the line, does a 1:14.8 with a Nico, not well, 1:14.8 as well, but goes 200ths faster. 200ths and yeah, 200. That's, don't ask me to do the maths. But yeah, that's that was that pretty much. Apologies. So the first stint of drives around the Hungary ring in the qualifying session, which is I'm not even thinking straight. Words are just falling out of my mouth, and they're not even coming out in the correct order. So this is the standard you get when you let me commentate. Feel free to send in your applications if you think you can do a better job. Stevenson goes fastest with a 1:14.6. Very impressive. Considering I think the last session was the best was a 1:14.9, maybe. So obviously the lap time's coming down. Jody Lewis, 1:15 flat. Very impressive. Why is De Grasse in the wrong livery? That confused me for a while. But he goes 5th fastest anyway, 1:15 flat, 6 thousandths of a second slower than Jordi Lewis. Very impressive. Let's see, who should we go on board with? I think the other drivers are all about to embark on their hot laps. Let's go on board with Ermus Rice. Brakes nice and late into turn 1. Clips the apex on the throttle. The car's nice and straight. Ease it in. Doesn't, again, like, not getting close to that apex. Yeah, there must be a reason behind it. Ooh, very unsettled, that car. That'll be that lap abandoned. Nico Bossert, he's not improved on his lap. Got plenty of time to find in the track, I'm sure. So on board with Lewis. He's 1 second or 1/10 down. No, it's actually more than that. His car's red, and so is the Delta. Let's go on board with Olsen. Olsen's 1/10 up. Interesting. We'll stick with him. Reese comes into the pits and abandons his lap. So does Bossert. They can get another stint in if they're quick enough. Lewis does as well. Definitely not on in laps. They were definitely doing flying laps. I'm pretty darn sure of it. Sure. God damn it. Felipe goes 7th, but then gets knocked down by David, who's right behind him. Stevenson crosses the line. I think didn't quite see that. Might have gone faster. Yeah, because purple in first in that last sector, but I don't think he improves his lap time by much, did he? Was it a 0.6 before? This is on his out lap. Oh, I think Reese crashed out there. Just saw him return to the pits. That'll be him out of qualifying. He can't improve on his time. De Grasse is currently up on his time though. Not by much, but it's something. Gets that corner perfect. Finds himself 2/10. This could potentially put him 3rd if he gets it together. Maybe even 2nd. I don't think it's enough to go 1st unless he finds some time in the last sector. He's 3/10 up. It could happen. Oh, gets a bit loose there. Still holds it together. And that will potentially put him 2nd. Yep. Good maths, bro. Nico Bossert, I don't think he'll make it to the line. Oh, he actually is on a lap. He might be able to clinch back 2nd at this rate. Then I didn't realise. I thought he was on an out lap. And Nico goes 2nd, yeah, manages to pinch it back. Jordi comes into the pits. Let's see, Morum, he's on a lap, 4/10 up. Oh, this could be interesting. This could be very interesting. He has the potential to go second at least. Might have sacrificed a bit of time there. No, gains it back. Oh, he goes third fastest. But very, very close. Very close. Top 5 at least. Maybe even top 6. Yeah. Very. I mean, yeah. Pretty tight top 10 altogether. Alex Cochran having to spoil it, obviously. But David Southwood deciding to qualify on the C3 tyre. That's at least it says on here. Irmis Riss as well. Wonder why they've opted for that. Getting more performance out of it. Either way, that's the end of qualifying. That was the second qualifying session over. So yeah, let's just get ready for the race now. Stevenson getting pole position there with a 1:14.4. Nico Bossert with a 1:14.6. Giovanni Amorim with a 1:14.6 as well. Damon De Grasse with a 1:14.7. Irmis Riss in P5 with a 1:14.8. Jordy Lewis with a 1:15 flat. Dave Southwood with 1:15.1. Felipe Olsen with a 1:15.3. Gustavo Dalla Valle with a 1:15.5. And Alex Cochran rounding off the top 10. The 1:15.8. Obviously rounding off the top 10. There was only 10 cars participating in that session. Anyway, onwards to the next session, which is the race. The drivers have a couple of minutes of practice just to get themselves warmed up for the next session, which is obviously the race, the big finale, the show that everyone wants to see. Oh, it looks like Damon De Grasse might be in the right livery now. Bear with me a second whilst I just quickly nip to the toilet. Hopefully I won't miss the race start.
Hello Kilgore, and hello everyone who's watching. It's round 5. We're currently warming up for the race session, and as we've just seen in qualifying there, Stevenson getting pole position with Nico Bossert in P2, time current. Yeah, it's Stevenson in P1, lining up alongside Nico Bossert, and then up to Irmis Riss, Dave Southwood, Alex Cochran rounding out the top 10 and reps up the whole grid. And I currently do not have a light feed,
And I'm back. Hopefully you guys weren't too bored with that.
I entertained them a bit.
Oh, who are you? And we're joined by Mr. Hepner. Oh, exciting times. This stream just went up in quality by 5%. Let's go. So yeah, we're just waiting for the drivers to finish their little practice session, get their little rubber tires all warmed up.
Don't forget to give me the live feed.
Oh sugar. How about that?
Yeah. I was watching it the late stream and it's not very good for commentary.
Yeah, you were about like 5 seconds behind or something.
Yeah, all the cars are in the pit lane, I think by now.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
Oh, we got a couple more than. Oh yeah, of course we were watching Q2, so we only saw the top 10. With Gokman, Halligan, and Case not making it into Q2. They'll be starting from the back rows. The grid's getting filled up, ready to go for 46 laps on the Hungary ring. It's another clash between Okstan and the Younger Coalition, whatever.
Younger conglomerate, as we call it. But yeah, you're right. It's Okstan versus Younger once again on the front row. How long have we got until lights out? Let's have a look. It says 1 minute and 20 seconds. So if you've not got a drink already, guys, quickly rush and get one.
It's about to get real spicy.
Let's have a look. Majority of the drivers have opted for the C3 compound. Gustavo Dalla Valle, Nico Bossert, Giovanni Amorim, Damon De Grasse and Jody Lewis. So the only ones, well, I say the only ones, that's pretty much half the pack, but they're the ones who have opted for the C2 compound. So it'll be interesting to see how things go down.
As Stevenson complaining about starting on the outside.
I mean, yeah, sometimes pole position isn't always the optimum position to start from.
Although, if he gets a better launch off the line, he might be able to cover up Bossert, but as we've seen from last race, he had a pretty good start, so we'll see what happens today here in Hungary. Lights go out, and we're on.
Oh god.
Looks like even has a better start and covered up the inside. Like I said, there's a couple cars going 3 wide, of course. Massive cluster of cars make walk up from the JGP car behind.
Some damage there for a lot of drivers. More
Yeah. Hermes got multiple contacts, orange rear wing now, so he might be struggling with the rear, as the drivers seem to go decently clean through sector 1, and it's Stevenson leading the way from De Grasse, who jumped. Oh wait.
No, De Grasse did start second.
Oh yeah, no. Bossert dropped down.
Yeah, Nico Bossert was the main victim of the first lap so far.
Yeah, unfortunately for him. I think he was the JGP locking up on the outside.
Yeah.
It's Cochrane in race position 7 as race number 7. This would be a lucky number. Oh, it's in P8.
Dave Southwood, the one to watch out for here, all the way up into P4.
Oh wow, we got a mega start there. He profited the most from that chaos as he dives down the inside of a Morin.
This is exactly what DAC want to see.
Oh yeah. as Amorim is actually on the C2 tire, so he might not even be racing right now.
Yeah, you're right there. Maybe this is just the C3 compound coming to life.
I mean, they do heat up quicker, so and in the first couple of laps you'll see the most difference between the two. And then near the end, where they all start to warm up, the grip levels seem to be decently close.
Both.
Hermes behind his teammate.
Yeah, good observation there. I was about to say the exact same thing. Younger will probably be tripping over one another shortly if they don't play the cards right, especially with Alex Cochran right behind the likes of Hermes.
And Alex Cochran actually went a bit too wide there out of the quick right hander for the little straight, so he might be struggling with the grip levels at this point.
David Halligan up into P9. He benefited from the first lap, so a lot of drivers really kind of getting shuffled about in the midfield.
There's Halligan there behind
Case Willems, yeah, P8, good on him. Case really kind of carrying the team during this summer period, as his teammate Oliver Gibson is away on his holidays. Hopefully he's watching.
We'll be cheering on for the Lioneers.
Oh, and looks like Hermes Risk. Well, no, I don't think. No.
Shuffling happening at the back. I think that's Giovanni Amorim dropping all the way back. He might have made a mistake.
Oh no! Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh dear, all the way back to P11.
Probably must have spun or something. Because I didn't see any damage from them. So
I briefly saw Nico Bossa, Hermes Riss. They all kind of bunched up, so maybe something happened.
Olsen as well. He dropped way back.
Halligan gets past Case.
Only left 4, but the gaps are already massive. And yeah, that's Amorim getting into the pit lane. So Amorim is going to repair his damage, which he probably did pick up. And he might go on C1s and stretch him out as far as possible. On board with Alex Cochran, chasing down Case Willems in the Lioneers car.
Nico Bossa.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Nico Bossert.
I mean, I know Case has got the pace this weekend, but easy mistake, I guess. Yeah, only lap 4 and still like loads of action. Oh, as Nico Bossa gets a bit loose there up ahead.
Rotation, I assume he had the brake bias too much rearwards, which made the car rotate a bit too much under brake. Combined with the heavier cars in the early stages of the race, it's quite easy to spin out these cars.
Alex Cochran with his DRS open. Unfortunately, Nico Bossa too far back from his teammate to benefit from.
And then entering the technical sector 2, and once again Alex Cochran running a bit wide of a line there. I don't know if he's just having a low aero setup or if he's struggling with the grip.
Yeah, I mean, he should really kind of be benefiting from those C3 tyres at this point.
He does seem to be braking later than Bossert, so let's see how that's gonna unfold.
Is catching up to the likes of Dave Southwood, who is up into P3. Hopefully he can hold on to that, but let's see what Hermes can do about this. Closing the gap.
Yeah, it's Amorim way back on the C1 tire.
Yeah, Morin will just be going long now. He's Not too far off. He's well, I mean,
Uh,
he can salvage it.
Stevenson has disappeared off the lifetime for some reason.
Oh dear. Let's have a look. Let's go to Stevenson. We've not watched this guy all race. He's already pulled a 3-second gap to his competitor, Damon De Grasse.
I don't know what's going on, but Stevenson isn't showing up on the lifetime.
Yeah, you're right.
Damon De Grasse is in the lead, so I don't know what's going on here. I hope he's still in this race.
He definitely is. He definitely is. On board with Ernest Riss though. He is all over the gearbox of Dave Southwood.
Once again, Dave Southwood doing very well, like in Mugello. He's slowly creeping up, getting positions, and now he's here driving third.
Yeah, I mean, Dave Southwood is he's no stranger to the top step of the podium. I believe. Could be wrong. But yeah, he's very much a decent point scorer. You know, let's see where this goes really.
I mean, he might be relaxed driving in third, but not with an Ernest Riss on his gearbox.
No, definitely not. Ernest will be chasing this guy down, and it'll be basically whoever makes the first mistake.
Yeah, Hungary, of course, very technical track, very quick corners, no really for breathing here.
So Dave Southwood's best position last season was 4th. That was in Canada.
And Cochrane's slowly approaching the back of Bossard as well, actually.
Yeah, you're right there. He'll be all over him, especially in the DRS zone.
Cool battles to watch here. Oh, Ernest seems to be going for that tire line. I think exit the final turn there. I think Ernest had a slightly better exit there. He's gonna get DRS. He's gonna pull alongside. Oh, but Southworks brakes later, carries more speed around the outside, and they're still side by side, but it's Ernest taking the advantage so far.
Yeah, just had that better traction. Might be doing his tyres no good, but he stays ahead. And we'll be hunting down Damon De Grasse now. Be using the C3 compound while they still have life in them. I'm just going through previous results, and I said he's no stranger to the top step of the podium, but I don't think he has actually won a race, so I do apologise, Dave. Don't mean to shame you like that. He did get second twice though, in season 7. A very good season for DAC.
I mean, yeah, they're doing pretty well. Of course, Halligan in P7, I think. Irma's actually setting the fastest lap of the race, I think, so far. It looks like on the live timing, I don't know what lap time he's heading.
Yeah, I mean, Irmis has just been set loose now. No traffic, just nice clean air between him and Damon De Grasse. Yeah, he's already kind of breaking into the 2-second barrier.
It's kind of where you should really start catching up to another car. First car getting closer, you'll be starting to drive faster. Eventually you'll get into that 1 second window where your DRS is available.
So, should we try one more time at the race replay? I don't know if it'll be clean.
Should have had the YouTube open.
Yeah, I know, right? Okie dokie, so let's see. How are we gonna do this? Alright, let's get it ready for you as well. So that you can see what we see. Rightio, so race replay. And it was a good start from Stevenson, who pretty much covers off his competitor. Was it Damon De Grasse? Damon De Grasse actually gets eaten up. And you were right, yeah, big lock up there from the younger car. Yeah, you can just see Dave Southwood already up into P4 there, by turn 3 at least. Great start from him. But yeah, how about that? Let's get back to the race. Hopefully the viewers at home got to see that beautiful replay, and it seemed, touch wood, it seemed clean.
Yeah, the end was a bit rough, but
hey man, I'll leave the criticism for the folks at home. Anyway, back on board with Alex Cochran, the leader of the race. Stevenson pretty much led from start to lap 12, which we're currently on now. Alex Cochran still unable to get past Nico Bossert, pretty much stuck to the similar gap. Nico Bossert looks like he's going for a move on Dave Southwood though.
how is this going to pack out for him?
Oh, and he goes very wide there.
Oh, little contact there maybe, as the Southwood gets a bit frisky there on the exit. Nearly making contact, carrying it around the outside. That's a common move we see in Formula 1 as well. And it's Alex Cochran now with a better exit, going alongside Ermes.
Oh wow.
Making contact with Southwood there, nearly losing the back. He's still hanging on though, Alex Cochran.
Yeah, Alex Cochran really benefited from that little battle there. Yeah, Dave Southwood getting his elbows out. Definitely, I mean, probably slight damage to the likes of Nico Bossert's car, but nothing that will impair his speed. Maybe just shake him up a little bit. Ermes wrist now on the back of Damon De Grasse.
What is this? I see Alex Cochran got a penalty for DRS. I think that's in qualifying, so that doesn't matter.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. But
there is a speeding penalty from Amorian. I think he went 95 into the pit lane.
oh dear.
I don't know what the speed margin is, but I don't think it's 50 plus.
Oh, I mean, can you see what I'm seeing now? I'd have to switch back. Sorry, just in case you can't. But yeah, that's Ermes wrist getting an overtake on the likes of Damon De Grasse.
I don't have any sound.
You don't have any sound.
Yeah, that's Ermes wrist actually past the grass. It's that. keep in mind De Grasse is on C2, so he might be a bit slower.
He's sticking with him. He's sticking with him, and he's in the DRS zone, which is 1 second.
Wait till he gets on those C3 tires, then we'll talk. He's in contention for a win here, De Grasse. On a different strategy then.
Oh, and Southwood peels into the pits.
Yeah,
He's the first the front runners to pit.
I mean, it is a high wear track, and we're nearing lap 14, so this is about the end of the life for C3 tires.
Alex Cochran braving it out.
I assume drivers will be stretching the tires out till lap 17 to 18. That would be a reasonable stint at C3s. It's Olsen getting close to Willems. And Southward nearly joining.
It's such a tight track. I mean, the DRS, unless you're all over the rear of the driver and you get a better exit, it's not really going to benefit you that much.
Look at this battle. Willems, Olsen, and Southward now. Into sector 2. We're having a three-way fight here for P8. As Bossard around the outside of the grass.
Alex.
Alex, it says De Grasse. Oh yeah, that's the guy in front.
Yeah.
Is although Alex Cochran carrying the speed around the outside,
Nice.
he maintains the position.
Case Films gets overtaken. Oh, and there's a bit loose there as well.
Out. And Southward around the outside now. Both DRS on Olsen. Nearly making contact there.
Obviously Southwood on the brand spanking new tyres.
Oh, carries it around the outside. Case nearly losing it there. Now it's Southward chasing down Olsen.
Case shouldn't feel too bad about that, seeing as he's on completely different strategy, I believe.
I think they all started on C3s.
Oh, Stevenson's in the pits. Stevenson's in the pits.
Oh, what's going on here? Stevenson's in the pit. Of course, I didn't see this on the live timing, so I wasn't aware of this happening. Where is this gonna...
Ooh, this could be crucial. This could be crucial. Southwood gets ahead. Oh, that's Halligan, sorry. Halligan could play an important role here.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, Halligan is approaching the back of Bossard. Of course, battling each other on a track like this slows you down a lot. In this case, it's Cochran and Bossard.
This is actually shaping up quite interestingly, because I mean, like, yeah, technically Stevenson's ahead, but if he gets caught in this traffic, this could play nicely into Erms's hands.
Maybe even De Grasse's hands.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, I didn't even think.
Managed to maintain the gap and for some reason gained there a bit. Fluctuating gap. But yeah, De Grasse of course on the C2 strat, so he'll be going out for longer but have them fresher tires in the end.
Oh,
and that's Bossard making a little mistake.
gives the position back to Alex. Alex down the inside again.
Bossard's gonna try the same thing Alex did to him 2 laps ago, but doesn't quite work out this time. And it's Halligan just exiting the pit lane, I think. Oh, and there's been contact between De Grasse and Urmus, I think.
Oh, is it?
I don't know actually. It said contact with environments. Not sure if that is. Maybe he bashed a sausage curve. He does have light damage, Urmus Riz.
Oh, and that's Ermis into the pits. So
Yeah.
Grass is back on top.
This is gonna jump Urmus. And seeing right in front of him,
Oh,
Alex Cochran spinning out. Alex Cochran got spun around there by Bossert.
Did they make contact? Did they?
I think maybe not. I think no. It's just him walking up apparently. I need to know what the margin is for the pit entry speeds because Cochran just entered the pit lane with 90 kph.
I think he should be fine. I think that's the cutoff.
And it says here, Alex Cochran, illegal DRS usage, lap 14, zone 2.
B. So it's up to De Grasse to basically push now. Let's try and make some kind of gap.
I mean, what would be ideal is to pull a 22-second gap from Stevenson. You should be fine. Wait, did Bossert start on C3s? I want to know now.
What does live timer say?
Yeah, he haven't done a pit stop yet, so yeah.
Yeah.
Bossert starting on C2s as well. So he'll be going after the same strategy as De Grasse, I assume.
Well, as it currently stands, I think Stevenson is still ahead, even though he hasn't got track position.
I mean, Stevenson on C1s.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that actually. What?
It's a very interesting strategy. I don't know if they last till the end though. You might have to go back to C4s.
And that's De Grasse in the pits, so he's
Yeah, the grass pitting. Is he gonna come out ahead of Reese?
that he does, but Reese is now. Well, his tyres are nice and warm.
But once the C3s get up to temperature, which they do in almost one lap, I think the grass will be on it and he'll be able to catch Stevenson and Bossert, who are both on the harder tires.
So, is De Grasse committing to a two-stop?
Yeah, he's definitely not stretching those C3s out.
No. Quite interesting.
But I don't know how the strategy for Stevenson and Bossert are gonna back out. Bossert's still needing to pit, of course. He can't put on another set of C2s, so he has to switch compounds.
Oops. Not many battles forming at the moment. This is the closest one for the lead. Nico Bossa currently leading. Has yet to pit. He's just stretching these C2 compounds as far as they'll go. Currently on lap 21 out of 46 around the Griffin Gaming sponsored Hungary ring. If you just joined us, this is the master split. We've already had the challenger split race earlier this evening. Can you remind me who what was the podium?
I wasn't watching Challenger.
If you give me 2 seconds, I'll find out.
Wasn't it like Lowell's was up there, I think.
So I think we had Darren Sikloven in P1, Jack Yates in P2, and Anthony Penn rounding off the podium.
Oh, nice.
Darren Sikloven getting the pole position. So yeah, I mean,
a fellow teammate on the podium.
Definitely. But yeah, if you guys want to come in for an interview, you know, that offer's always extended. Obviously, we used to have interviews at the end of each split, but because of timing and scheduling, that's not really possible.
Maybe we should make a Discord announcement about it. I think the drivers are really watching this room.
So
If you are, interviews are open.
So Stevenson just edging on the 1 second gap. Nico Bossa just managing to keep him out of the DRS zone, but don't know for how long.
As you can see, there's not a big difference between the C1 and C2.
No, you're right.
But I think De Grasse is actually catching them quite a lot, so those C3s are quite a bit quicker.
Yeah, I think you're right there. We look at the last lap. Damon De Grasse did a 1:17, whilst Bossa did a 1:18.5. And unfortunately, I've not got a time in for Stevenson. Like you mentioned, he's not showing up.
It says Urban Riz speeding to like 92 kilometers an hour.
Let's have a look. Apparently 1:18.3 was his last lap. And does another 1:18.3. Pretty consistent.
DRS.
Yeah, DRS open. Gets closer, but not close enough this lap. Oh. MS Race going for a move. And Gustavo. MS Race still. Oh, Gustavo.
Oh, and what is this?
Oh, there was a crash there. Bit of contact with Argy Bargy.
Oh, there's a bug in the live timing. It says Stevenson got an ERS, illegal DRS usage, because he didn't cross the detection line. So that's a bug
Yeah, I've not seen that one before.
in the live timing.
Yeah.
Maybe he got a wrong DRS app. I don't know if that's linked up to live timing.
So Stevenson closer this lap, but it's worth noting that there's another contender
There's De Grasse approaching quickly.
And there's De Grasse with the steel chair! And Stevenson's up into first, but De Grasse is on the hunt.
He's coming in with the steel ladder.
They got real close there.
You're gonna sweep it around the inside. He gets up into P2.
So De Grasse and Bossert did make contact, as did Gustavo Della Valle. Case Williams with the environment.
With the environment. These drivers really be finding no one to crash into, so you could just crashing into the track.
Yeah.
That's Della Valle in pit lane. Come on, Damien. He has a better run.
He has the DRS open. Gets close.
His second DRS straight really there just to keep the cars close. Overtake through this corner. Is it really an effective way to overtake on this track? It is definitely done a couple times before. Not the ideal overtaking spot. Little loose there, De Grasse.
Yeah, nicely controlled.
I know he sets up his car to be very stable, yet aggressive. It's a very weird blend. I know if he still uses his own setup or if he's using a improvement setup. He's definitely quick on that, that's for sure.
Yeah, this will be the clash of the Titans. De Grasse on the inside.
Ending up the inside, past before the braking zone, but Stevenson's gonna get the crossback and DRS. Is he?
He might not. I don't think he will. I think that pace on the C3 tyre now up to De Grasse to build that gap.
Oh, it's outward into the pit lane. And it's Halligan and Cochrane side by side.
We've seen this before. This didn't end well, nice that last time, but these guys are on better terms now. Oh, still contact, very similar place.
That was that was scary.
Flashbacks.
Oh, it says DRS penalty, lap 25, can't move zone 2.
Stevenson just falling off the pace now.
Yeah, of course he's on those C1s, so he does not have that pace. Bossard into pit lane. Finally swapping out those old C2s.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. 28 laps. Didn't do too bad. Well, 27 technically.
Oh no. As that's Halligan pulling into pit lane.
Bossard just getting out ahead of Alex.
Stevenson, I think, maintaining the gap at the moment.
Halligan comes out in P9 after that pit. So Nico has some ground to make if he wants to have a chance at battling the front. I think he might have an Alex Cochran problem on his hands, at least for a couple of laps. How old are Alex's tyres? I think what, 9 laps. So
I think the gap at this point is so big that both Stevenson and De Grasse can do a pit stop and end up in front of Bossert.
yeah, you're right.
Although the gap is massively dropping now. Dropped just 10 seconds just then. There's still a pretty big gap. As Case Williams is shown the blue flags. And Halligan entering the pit lane at 105 kilometers an hour.
Ooh, that's not what you want to see, is it?
That might bite him back later.
Amos Reese in P6.
Trying to close up on the VAC car.
He's gone T3, C2. Do you reckon that will be able to get to the end?
Nope.
No.
Nah, no way. He pitted on lap 6 for damage, I think.
Ah, okay.
He went to C2, so he's just stretching them out as far as possible and going to the C3 in the end.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think we're getting close to that pit window, because it's only 16 laps to go from there. I think he might pit within the next 3 to 4 laps.
That would look like he outbroke himself there.
Oh, that's southward. Irma's having front row seats here. So they're going side by side. Cochran and Southward. Little squeeze for Southward. Irma's nearly profiting from that, getting blocked off by Cochran there.
Yeah, very vital position in the car for Cochran.
And he was completely legal to do that.
Yeah, no, probably unintentional anyway, you know. But it helped.
Although Irma's hasn't given up yet. He's still right behind. I see drivers doing that a lot, extending that right hand. What the rules for the track limits are there. Southward leading the way from Cochran. The gap between De Grasse and Stevenson getting bigger. I think De Grasse might have secured the win here.
You reckon? Those tyres, are they gonna last? Is the question.
Well, De Grasse pitted on lap 11. It says. But Stevenson on. Oh wait, he's in the pit lane now. He's right now in the pit lane. Damon De Grasse.
Yeah.
He put on C3s once again. But Stevenson's not gonna make it on low C1s, that's for sure.
Yeah, the hunt is on. The hunt is on.
Oh, who's that spinning out? Is that... I think that's Willems. Yeah, that was Willems spinning out in turn 1. Oh, that's very late braking from Irma's there.
Very nice though.
He's gonna get the better exit than Cochran. who's still struggling with grip. I think the setup just doesn't rotate quite the way he wanted it to do.
So if you had to pick who would be your driver of the day so far?
To be honest, I gotta go with Dave Southard.
Yeah, you're right. He's
Such a consistent and strong pace. Fought his way up from the back to P4.
yeah, he's never been one to kind of put in a qualifying performance, but like when he suits the track, as you can see right now, it just seems to come together for him.
Yeah, he's completely on it. As you can see, he's having a lead here in this battle. Oh, it's Halligan and Gochman.
Goffman also doing really well at the moment, holding to P8. How long though?
Oh, contact. There's contact between Halligan and Gochman. But as you can see, Stevenson, even if he would complete the race, I don't think he's gonna hold back De Grasse.
Yeah, the gap's closing. Damon De Grasse, his lap was a 1:17.1, and Stevenson, his lap was a 1:18. So pretty much a second a lap there.
I mean, I don't blame him. He's on worn out C1s and De Grasse is on fresh C3s right here. Quite a big difference.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Still, what, 12 laps to go. Alex stays ahead.
Irma's really trying it there. It's a risky move. And it's Gochman and Willems again. Close. Or Halligan. Gochman and Halligan.
Oh!
Oh, what happened to Alex?
Yeah, what happened there?
I think he got a bit loose out of the corner.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it?
Had to brake to prevent it from spinning out completely. But that gives Irmis the position, so Alex just cracked under the pressure there.
Yeah, that releases Ermis, and now the hunt on. Hunt to get Dave Southwood.
The beast is officially released.
Yeah. Damon De Grasse's last lap was a 1:16.6. He's already breaking into the 16s.
This man be out here sending qualifying lap times. Pretty certain he's gonna win this race. Irmis is pushing on to southward, getting within a second now.
Check. Stevenson's last lap was a 1:17.8. This one, 1:18. Yeah. So still, he's pushing those tires, but just a matter of time now.
Oh, what's going on here? Bossert. That was just the gaps bugging out a bit, I think.
Yeah, it does that.
Bossert's getting close.
That'd be interesting. It's 12 seconds now.
Bossard saying the fastest sector 1.
Yeah, you're right there. Damon De Grasse with a 1:16.5 on that last lap.
I don't know what's going on, but real time says he did it on lap 8 for C3s. But, oh no, that's 8 laps ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Damon consistent with the 1:16.4.
We're going to see a move from Earth this year. Brakes later, gets around the outside. Oh, not quite. He's going to try to switch back. No DRS. He is going to carry the momentum around the outside. Try to go for a switchback. Gears not really worked out yet. Carries a bit too much speed into that corner. He's got to watch the dirty area. Yeah, through the chicane. Optimum suspension setup required.
Yeah. These guys just riding like. While this is going on, let's have a look. So De Grasse was a 1:16.7 that last lap, and Stevenson with a 1:17.7. So yeah, Stevenson's still managing to kind of keep a decent pace with these tyres, but still, like I said, it's just a matter of time. De Grasse was, not that far behind, is he? Like 2 corners. The closest battle so far is between these two for P4. Both drivers on the same tyre. Ermis with 4 lap older C2s, sorry.
Watching the speed trap speeds here, and it came to me that De Grasse is one of the slowest cars in the speed trap. So I think he's running a more aggressive aero setup. Makes him slower in the straights.
So Ermis manages to get past Dave Southwood there. Not the most usual place to overtake, but carried plenty more speed through. You could say controversially, because there's a lot of extending with that corner in particular with Ermis. But I know a lot of other drivers also doing it. So
in 7 laps, De Grasse managed to close the gap with more than half.
Yeah, De Grasse just on another level here on these C3 tyres. Bit slow on that last lap. Say bit slow, he's only 2/10 off, but yeah, 1:16.5. So Alex Cochran here, battling with Ali Gochman. Alex on fresh tyres, having just pit a lap ago. Ali Gochman on the 21 lap.
Oh yeah, Alex might be going for fastest lap of the race. UC4 is very aggressive tire, very fast. With the tire, most of the drivers using qualifying. don't last long, but they're absolutely great for setting fast lap times.
Yeah, should be able to get past Ali Gockman with ease.
I hope he gets that past with ease, because the last thing you want in your fastest lap attempt is traffic. But we will try to battle Alex, but Alex just having way more grip, as you can see. Carrying more speed on the entry, apex, and exit of the corner.
Cochrane might actually be able to gain on Halligan, but he's not got that many laps. Halligan,
He's gonna have to be much quicker.
yeah, he is on 12 lap
Halligan.
old tyres.
Yeah. I know these tires seem to have a weird graining period, where in a certain point of their lives they start to become quick again. Right after that, they drop off.
De Grasse must have done an issue his last lap with a 121.
Oh yeah, he probably made a mistake or something. It's not what he wants. As we're not having much more laps left, so
Yeah.
either Stevenson has to make a mistake or he has to drive very quickly.
Yeah, the Oxtan strategy working out at the moment for Stevenson. Play it nice and, well, you could say safe, I don't know. On board with Case Williams, who's chasing down Gustavo Della Valle for the last points position. 4 laps to go. Yeah. Might be a bit of a tall order for Case. But he shouldn't be too put down because it's a very strong grid.
What's going on here? Olsen span on the exit? What's this? Olsen disconnected.
Oh no. No. Well, that means Case is in the points.
And I think De Grasse is gaining quick.
I mean, he's doing 117s, whereas so is Stevenson, admittedly. Stevenson might have this in the bag, I believe. There was a point where De Grasse looked like a threat, but that pace has dropped off.
He's only done 11 laps, so
On lap 44 of 46 around the Griffin Gaming sponsored Hungaroring. If you've just joined us, Stephen Stevenson of the Oxtown Racing Team has pretty much led from start to finish, besides the brief period between the pit stops. But yeah, I mean, Damon De Grasse, his only real rival this race, opted for the two-stop strategy, and it looked like it might have worked at one point. However, it looked a few laps ago, Damon De Grasse had a bit of an issue and seemed to have dropped off the pace since. Who has the best lap so far? Is it Damon De Grasse?
Yes, I do think so.
Oh wow, Casey's caught up to Gustavo. Oh, go on, Case. I'm not supposed to show favoritism, but
Oh, no. He wants to DRS.
uh,
That's exactly what he's doing. He's done this so many times and he got away with it always. Whoa, what's going on here? Both using DRS.
oh dear. Oh, and there's contact.
Contact! Oh no! Oh, it ends up bad for both drivers.
That's not what you want to see. That might just be game over for Gustavo. Oh no! Case not able to turn his car. He got suspension damage.
Doesn't seem like suspension damage. We're entering the final lap here.
And pretty much gaps all over the field. Everyone's settled into their positions and just looking to make it home right now. But this guy, let's be honest, has looked pretty much unchallenged this race. Almost. There was a point where there might have been a threat, but yeah, from lap one, really managed to pull that gap. Just about to see Damon De Grasse there. As Stevenson comes through the final few corners, the Griffin game in Hunger Games, Hungaroring, and yeah, he's only bloody gone and done it once more, hasn't he? Stevenson crosses the line. Congratulations.
Another victory for Oxtan.
Yeah.
And another podium for Vermin. This time under the name of Damon De Grasse.
And Nico Bossa rounded off the final step of the podium. Omis Reese coming home in fourth after all, considering Dave Southwood, brilliant race from him. He shouldn't be too disappointed with fifth. And yeah, David Halligan in sixth as well after all that.
Oh yeah, was Howard fifth as well?
always got time for a donut or two, that guy. So yeah, I mean, that's all she wrote really. Stevenson P1, Damon De Grasse P2, Nico Bossa P3. Where's the results? They've all disappeared now. Brilliant.
Oh no, that's so bad.
Typical.
Oh, Damon De Grasse had a bell rung.
A bell
And-
rung?
Yeah, his doorbell rang.
Oh
and
no.
It scared him, and he spun right off. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So yeah, Stevenson P1, Damon De Grasse P2, Nico Bossert P3, Ermus Rees P4, David Southwood P5, David Halligan P6, Alex Cochran P7, Ali Cockman P8, Case Willems P9, and Gustavo Della Valle in P10. Felipe Olsen unfortunately did not finish. Neither did Giovanni anymore. And when did that happen? Jody Lewis also not making it. God, we missed out on those, didn't we?
I think Amorim and Lois made contact somewhere, and they disconnected. Don't know what happened to Philippe, but I think Alex Cochran wants an interview.
Good evening, Alex. Can you hear us?
Good evening, Kilgar.
How was that for you?
It was okay. Could have been better. It was fun, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's all that matters, really, isn't it?
Exactly.
But yeah, walk us through your evening.
Yeah, very all over the place. I
You
think I started
qualified-
P10. I think, yeah.
You qualified into Q2.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't have the best attendance in the world, so it didn't mean too much. But yeah, I got into Q2. I wasn't able to improve on P10. Ended up P10 on the starting grid, but it was a reasonable start. There was a lot of back and forth between a lot of guys, so I think I got up to like P7 at the start. And I was very surprised. I managed to keep up with Ermus and Nico at the start. Didn't expect that from myself at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
So that was very encouraging. Good confidence boost for the race itself. The long term of the race. Yeah, I can't even remember what happened in the first stint, to be honest. I think I had a bit of a back and forth with Nico, I think, and then I know I did exactly the same as what I did at Zandvoort, and I didn't remove the brake blanking. So it meant as the race progressed, the fronts got really, really hot. But that means the rear starts to lock, because obviously you're pressing the brakes more and more, the front's not locking, and then the rear starts to lock. And I know I was braking pretty early. I think I was battling with him, tried to brake late, and then the rear just lets go because I messed up with the brakes again. It was exactly the same as at Zandvoort, so it's a bit of a stupid mistake, but it's just one of those things. But yeah, the second stint was all over the place. I know I raced with Dave and Ermus a little bit, which was definitely fun. I think Ermus had a problem with the DRS and couldn't use it, so he got stuck behind me for a good 5-6 laps, which I'm sure I wasn't so popular about. But yeah, it's one of those things. I didn't mind being in front. It was fun to battle for sure.
Yeah. It was really a fun point in the race.
Yeah, but then at the very end, I don't know if you saw, I went in the pits with around 7 laps to go or so. I had a DRS penalty, and I was aware of that, and David behind was catching. I was like, oh, well, I'll try the C4s and just, try absolutely go for it in that last stint. I think I got within about 3 seconds or so, but I left it too late because he was closing about 1.5, 2 seconds a lap. And, I was watching the gap come down, and I was like, maybe I should pit, maybe I shouldn't, and I just left it too late. If I pitted maybe 1-2 laps earlier, I would have been faster for longer and wouldn't have come out as far behind. But it's one of those things. P7 in the end isn't a bad result at all. So and it was fun, like I said.
Yeah, that's all that matters, really. But yeah, that's it's not a bad result at the end of the day. Admittedly, Griffin Gaming need a bit more, but that's another story for another time.
Need a teammate.
Well, thank you very much for putting on a good show for us, Alex. It was fun watching and commentating.
Thanks for streaming. It was good fun. Thanks.
Nice one. Case Willems did jump into the commentary booth first, but I'm going to get our runner-up of the evening in here first. Damon De Grasse P2. What could have been? Walk us through.
Bit of a mess. yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. I had a bell ring next to me and then it threw me off, so I drove right off the track. But I'm not sure. I mean, maybe I could have got him, and the time was there. I had plenty ERS. It was the plan, but it's not a guarantee anyway, right? So I'm a little bit frustrated. But I also had a bit of a scuff with Nico, and I wasn't really paying enough attention, so that might come back to bite me. Yeah, so we'll see. But it's a difficult track, right? Very tiring. So.
Definitely. There's probably a small attendance for a reason, and other than people probably being on holiday as well.
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, you put on a great show for us. You opted for the alternate strategy as well. Well, I say alternate. Who knows? But
I think it was about even. Really, I mean. Maybe if you were on, I was a bit slow at the beginning, so if you were a bit cleaner at the first stint, I think the 2-stop would have been the one overall with a clean race. But yeah, it was close.
I think you got the fastest lap overall as well, if taken.
I'd hope so with 2 sets of the C3s at the end there.
Yeah. What made you up for the C3 over the?
Well, I figured I'd start on the C2 just because a lot of people were around anyway, and I had not a great starting position, so I figured it can't be too bad. But then I realized, straight away I was like, the C3 is so quick. I'll just do that twice and hope that that second loss per lap on the slower tire around here seems to be quite a lot, right? So I thought we can make up the pit stop. So 2 sets of C3s. That was it. But yeah, it was pretty good though. So. I'll take it.
Well, thank you for putting on a great show for us anyway. I know, P2 still a great result, but exactly. At the end of the day, I'm sure you're thirsty for the top step.
Everyone is. None of us are here to come anything but first if we can, right? If possible.
Austria, next race. How do you feel?
Oh, one of my favorite tracks. So hopefully that's not a curse.
Yeah. Brilliant. That's what I said.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you very much for doing your bit and for joining us in the interview booth.
It's a pleasure, as always.
Nice one, man. And let's get Case in here. I don't think anyone else will be joining us this evening. Case Willems, how's it going, man? Was that P9? Was it?
Yeah, it was P9, 500 points, and it's 2 of them.
Yeah, congratulations, man. Well deserved as well. Walkers too.
Yeah, thank you. My bad. And it was a pretty mad race. I didn't get to put in that much practice. I've been quite busy the past 2 weeks, so I was only able to do my final laps yesterday and do the rest of the practice today. But for some reason my start wasn't that great. I locked into the rear end of Jordi, which is rather unfortunate. C3s were fine. I was hoping to do a 1-stop, but then tried to do a 2 to go on C1s. Didn't suit me at all. I hate the C1s now. So then I went back on the C2s, and I was absolutely on fire, as you've probably seen. If they were much better, I was improving like almost every lap. Eventually catching up to Della Valle. I think Felipe also left at some points, which only meant I was going to be in the points. So I was already very happy with that. But then also to get ahead of Della Valle, though I'm not sure if it was caught on stream, but I don't know, something happened on his side. I believe we were chatting really shortly in the Premier Series chat, and he said something went wrong on his side where he just like absolutely went wide, like straight on, whilst I was overtaking on the outside of turn 2. And then we just both hit each other and we got massive damage. But luckily, I stayed out and still managed to get P9. So I'm not really sure what happened then. Not sure what was my fault. If so, sorry.
Yeah.
But no. Apart from that, I think I should be pretty happy with the points. Finally, my first Master Split points.
Yeah, congratulations again once on that. But I mean, it was a bit awkward between you and that last lap or so. So I mean, I'm sure it will go towards the stewards to decide. But yeah. Good result nonetheless. Austria next race, how'd you feel?
Oh, Austria, I'm very... I didn't know what the next race was. No, Austria, I generally really like it, except turn 3, which should be turn 2, but it isn't. No, I think Austria is a pretty great track. I've always quite liked the flow. Generally, like it feels like a really short track. Probably because it's like a really fast track, if those are like a 1 minute 4, 1 minute 5 or something like that. But no, I really like the flow of Austria. Except turn 3, that's always obviously a challenge. But I'm quite excited for that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, should be a good race, and it's a favourite for everyone. We've actually got Darian Siklovan here as well, who wants to come in for an interview. Do you want to sit around? Hi Darian, you won the Challenger Split race this evening. You're kind enough to join us for a quick last minute interview. How was your race this evening?
Well, I surely didn't expect to win. I took a big risk with that strategy, and I luckily somehow won. I'm happy for it, but yeah, luck was on my side this time. I don't think it's gonna be next time though.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the grid's getting tougher and tougher for the Challenger Split. Or at least people are just putting in more practice, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, the drivers that join, they're really good. So, respect to that.
Yeah, definitely. You excited about Austria next race?
Well, difficult question. I didn't really drive this car there, but yeah, sure, I like the track.
Cool beans. All right, well, I mean, it's getting a bit late, so I'm going to call it a night there. Thank you, everyone, for racing tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. Apologies if the stream's a bit choppy. My internet's not great, I'll be honest. We'll be looking into that in the future. Yeah, well done to the race winners tonight, Stevenson and Darian Siklovan. And all the runners up as well. You know, you put in a great show for everyone. Thank you, Stephen Hepner, for joining me. I've been Kilgore Trout, and have a good night, everyone.